Hey everyone, this is Alex.
This is Bashka with Odyssey, and this is episode 23.
And today we're going to talk about, I guess, how can I say this? It's like, what would we do if we got a second chance, maybe? I think that's the best way to put it.
Okay, that sounds depressing. Okay.
I mean, I was just thinking about it, right? Like, with the popularity of isekai animes and like time travels, I was just wondering, like, if we were to go back in time,
Yeah.
what would we change? Right?
Well, the question is this: like, do you go back in time, as in like your adult self go back in past, or you like your whole being just shrink back to small size? That's important, right?
Right. But if we say you're an adult, like your whole being goes back in time and you see like a little you running around, you can't really change much about the past, can you?
Oh yeah, you can.
Because you don't have anything. Your bank accounts, all your information, it's not even created at that time.
So
Unless you withdraw your cash and bring it on your person or something.
well, that doesn't even like matter in the sense that are you gonna stay in the past for after? So it's a one-way trip kind of thing, or do you go back to the past, affect it, and go back to the future, and everything changed? Like which? Let's get the parameter straight here.
Okay. So what I was thinking it's a one-time deal. And when you go back into the past, you go back as your younger self.
Okay,
Yeah. So that's the rules, I guess.
I see.
So let's start off with this. How far back do you want to go back? You want to go back from when you're a baby?
Yeah, definitely. Why do it halfway? You could go back to your baby and then plan everything accordingly. Why would you go? I'm just gonna go back to yesterday. Why? You got a chance to redo everything. Start from zero.
No. I don't mean yesterday.
And
but like
that's what I'm saying, right? Like, yeah, let's just go back 5 years ago. Why? Might as well go back from the beginning. You'll get to that 5-year point eventually. I mean, if fates behave the way it is, but
I wouldn't go back that far.
Why not?
I would go back when I was maybe end of elementary, beginning of high school.
why? That's early.
Kind of early, yeah. But that's the point where I can kind of start working. So once I work, I can build up money.
Ew, that's what you were thinking about? Me? If I came back back like let's just say I was like 3 years old, okay?
Yeah.
I'm gonna start told my dad, invest in gold or like invest in something, and then just save it until like now. You don't have to fucking work for that. Like, why are you doing work and save money? What the hell? You get all this information about the future. You're thinking about working early and saving? What? Go invest in Google. Hey dad, invest in Google. It'll go big. Nintendo, go ahead. Yeah, but you could do that starting early, right? You could amass your fortune before then. Stuff like that.
It'd be better if I were to work for the money and then start buying bitcoins as fast as I could. That's what I mean. Because if I told my parents to do this or that, they wouldn't give a shit about what I say. They would just be like, "You, what is this talking 3-year-old? What is this talking 3-year-old saying to me?" So you kind of have to do everything on your own. As I said before on the podcast, I don't know if I did or not, but if I were to always ask my parents for their opinion, the only thing they can say to me is no, don't bother.
Oh.
I was like, hey, mom, I want to go to, I want to live in Japan for a year. No. Hey, mom, I want to buy property. No. Hey, mom, I want to go to school for stuff. No.
Then there's a better idea. You go back to the past, start when you're 3 years old, grow up a bit bigger, get adopted by someone else who actually love you. How about that?
Nah, that's fine. I like my family the way it is. I just want to invest in bitcoins and change how I acted when I was younger, I guess.
So in the end of the day, it's money. Is that it?
Not money, but mostly personality-wise, I would probably be a little bit more outgoing and stuff. I want to say I was a loner in high school, but I definitely didn't take the effort to interact with more people than I should have.
And let's just say you do. What kind of vision do you see?
Creating good memories with people, long-lasting friendships. It's not that I don't have them now, I still have you, but it'd be nice to have more of it.
Long-lasting friendship. Since when are we friends? Let's get that straight to the point. That's why are you flattering yourself, putting yourself in my friend category? Wake up.
Please, please, you should be grateful that I'm your friend.
You should be grateful that I even talked to you.
You should be grateful that I acknowledge your presence.
Well, the thing's like for me, if I do go back, I probably won't change much. Just in a sense that if there's anything, I would probably try to appreciate more of what I have before I actually lost them. You know what I mean? Because as you grow up, you've gained stuff and you've lost some, right? And some of the stuff that you lost, you just, most of the time take it for granted because it's always there. And you just live knowing that it's always there. It's not gonna disappear until one day it actually does, right?
Right.
And sometimes it disappears before you could even either perform your gratitude to actually or what do you call it, use it as much as its potential could be used, those kind of stuff. I just wish I could do it better if I could restart it.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's a thought that everyone has. But the thing is about time traveling is like the butterfly effect. If you were to change one thing in the past, it might affect it in a different way.
Yeah.
So that's why it's gonna be weird. Like, for example, if I was to go back in time and start investing in bitcoins,
Bitcoin's not gonna go big.
yeah, exactly. Maybe that's the effect that caused it to lose all my money, right?
Yeah.
Another thing, because I was watching Men in Black 3 the other day, and there's this character that can see multiple universes and timelines all at once.
Right.
But he said that where there's a death, there's always a death.
Yeah.
So then I was thinking, if you try to prevent a death or something like that, then someone else dies. Yeah.
That's why I said earlier, right? It's not that it's preventing a death or preventing a loss. It's more of a being able to appreciate it before it actually does. That's why I picked that word very specifically.
Oh, I mean, speaking of the past, is there any regrets that you would want to change? Do you have any regrets?
Here's the thing. This is my belief. If you're a living person that live with, making decision on your own as you live, you will always have regrets. So.
Oh yeah, for sure.
When you ask, do you have regrets? No shit, brother. Of course.
What's the one thing that you regret the most?
My interaction with my first girlfriend. My yeah, dude, that was one of the deepest scar I have in my life. It's just
I know
just
it affects you
painful.
still to this day.
Yeah, because that one just sucked. And it was no one's fault but mine. So that's why it's even worse.
Okay, but here's the thing. As our catchphrase, as I notice as we edit our podcast, is here's the thing. So here's the thing.
All right. What's the thing?
When Bashka told me the story, he told me this after 2 days of us working together.
2.5, 3 days, yeah, somewhere there.
Yeah, but ever since then we became really close, right? And then, Bashka was telling me how he was sad and all that, and I don't know. I was like, oh man, that sucks, dude. That really sucks. And then he showed me a picture of what she looked like now. I was like, damn, dude, you fucking dodged a fucking bullet there. I was like, damn.
Because the picture that I showed you was a bad picture because it's the only one I could find. It was on her. It's on her. On her. What do you call it? WhatsApp, thing. So
it don't matter.
Well, no, it
does
don't matter. It does matter.
No,
because you don't see anything there. And I agree. Right now, she's not. She's not this beautiful. But it's not about the looks, though. People, it's not about the look, right?
Well, I don't know what she's like, right? But. Actually, I do kind of know what she's like. You told me what she's like. She's a bitch. That's what she is like.
And see? That's what you hear from one side. And I don't know what I said that makes you think that way. What did I say that time?
I don't know if we should talk about it on this episode. But basically, how she acted towards you.
Really?
It felt like she was looking for an excuse to just end it so she can be with another guy.
Well, I mean, it's not her fault, though.
It is her fault. She wants to be a fucking whore. A bitch whore.
Why are you angrier about this than I am?
Because as your bro, I always got your back. You're always right in my eyes. See? A true friend will stand up for you no matter what.
No,
and
not
right
really.
now,
A true friend is when you're wrong. They tell you you're wrong. But they'll still stick by your side. That's.
Well,
what
do you
true
feel like
friends
you're
are.
wrong?
I feel like I'm wrong.
But at the same time, she, I don't know. In my opinion, it looked like she was just looking for an excuse.
Well, the thing is, like, to begin with, the whole thing shouldn't even have started. Do you know what I'm trying to say here?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then she she stuck with it, which is pretty great amount of sacrifice, if you ask me.
But according to your story,
Hmm.
she, it was like, how can I say it? It was like,
Hmm.
okay, first off, she didn't want to be with you, and then she was looking a way out. She's kind of, you know what I mean? Like, you
But
forced her in, and then now she's trying to escape.
the thing is, like, oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah, see?
no, 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 no,
See?
no. The thing is, like,
See? See?
hey, stop acting like a child. Well, anyway, back to the topic. Back to the topic.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so that's your regret. Okay.
What's yours? Do you have anything?
I guess, as I said, right? Like, interaction with the people in my past.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't like my friends now that I have. Like, I
Yeah.
like all my friends I have. You know,
Yeah.
the long-lasting friendships from high school.
there could
I
be
still
more.
keep up with them. There could be more, exactly. More memories of high school, right? Because my memory of high school is after, because I lived close to where I went to school. So my memory is, okay, lunchtime, just walk 5 minutes to my house, chill there on the computer for a bit, and then walk back to school.
Greedy little shit. Always want more, more, more.
Yeah. That's what I did during my senior year. I just didn't give a shit at that time.
Really?
Yeah.
For me, my high school was really fun, so I have no regret on that side.
It's not so much. It's not so much constant. I guess maybe.
Because for me, it's just like me and my friends. We just grab like a corner of a corridor and we just like have like 8 people playing PSP, playing games
yeah.
together, being really loud. We're just that, just like having fun to the last second of our high school. So I thought that was really fun. Yeah.
Because my friends and I, we played a game called Jump Ultimate Stars on the DS.
Oh.
We played it so much that our save files got corrupted. We had to get another save file, and then we played it so much that the L buttons, the shoulder buttons on our DS, broke down, and we can't use it anymore.
Okay. So do you want to know how much both me and my friends are playing PSP? Our analog stick break 8 times.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like those are the
We
good
bought
memories, right?
24 analog stick on its own, and we learned how to replace it ourselves.
See? Like these are the memories I'm talking about.
The buttons are ripped because we used it so much. Like the rubber, we could like dissect the PSP right now, and we know exactly what's inside. Like we've just done it so much. It's just we keep breaking it. We play it again. We break it again. Over and over and over again. That's why, like, and that was the funnest moment in high school for me. So for me, I have not much regrets in that. Like, as in, like, for me, I don't really believe that you need like 300 friends across your life or whatever.
I know, but I wish I had more interactions of like that. You know, what was it? Another friend of mine. He lived pretty close to the school too. He lived closer to the school than I did, and we would go to his.
He lives in the school, all right.
Yeah, he lives in the school. So we go to his place and we just play Naruto Ultimate Storm, whatever, on the PS2, and we just played the shit out of that. This was back when Shippuden just started, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is it the fighting games?
Yeah, it's the fighting one.
Yeah, that's actually, that game was like the first one. Thing Naruto Met Hero or something. That was
Yeah.
first. The second one was the first time I ever know Naruto. I didn't know Naruto from the anime. I know it from the game. Not the manga, not anything from the game. I was like,
yeah, like that has so much nostalgia for me that I went on Steam and bought the games on Steam when it was on sale.
oh,
Yeah, so I'll probably play that. I guess we can play that. We did do a gameplay of that eventually.
yeah, totally.
What else? What else? What else regrets you that you got?
For me, like, well, interaction, right? Probably interaction with my grandpa too. He had a lot of vision, and I don't really, have the drive as a person.
But everyone's different. You can't just force yourself to be ambitious.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, what I'm saying is that maybe if I could, like, connect to him in a better way, see his what do you call it, intention better.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you're a kid, when like like an adult tells you to do stuff, the only thought that go across your mind is like, why are they giving me chores? Like I don't want to do this. Kind of like, you know what I mean? And
Yeah, yeah,
you'll go to hate them, right? You're like, I don't want to deal with this. What are you forcing me? Kind of like that, right?
yeah, 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 exactly.
But as you grow older, you see why they're telling you to do that and whatnot. And well, when I grow older and that, it was already, well, he was already gone. So it's just like, shit.
So you just want to like say like thanks.
Kind of thank you for like the trust and the effort that you put into me, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's like a grateful attitude. That's a good attitude to have. Mm-hmm.
Because it's just for me, like that's what I think like I'm lacking. Like it's just the actual appreciation of stuff. At least express it. Like sometimes I feel it, but I don't express it, so the other side don't know that I
Yeah.
really love them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just something I really need to fix.
I don't know if that's an
So
Asian thing
yeah,
because, I don't know, but especially in my
yeah,
family, we don't really
yeah.
say "I love you." You kind of just know.
Oh, in my family, we say it all the time.
Yeah.
We do
So
hugs and kisses, and we were like super close, like knitted family.
yeah,
And even though we know that we love each other, we still say it. You know what I mean? And it feels good to have somebody to actually say it.
I don't know how that would feel. Maybe that's why I'm so fucked up in the head.
Start from you. Say it to, I don't know, say I love you to your mom or something. Say it to your dad. Don't say it to your sister, because your sister's probably going to look at you and spit on your face.
Yeah, probably.
Because cause I don't think you guys got along very well.
We get along now. Before, like in the past, of course, we never got along too well, as most siblings do.
Really?
But
Mines are fine. We get along so well.
yeah, that's the weird part of it, right? You either hear your siblings get along really well, or they don't get along at all.
At
But
all, yeah.
yeah, but then as we got older and we matured
Yeah.
more,
Start seeing things better, right? Yeah.
yeah, for sure. But that's a cycle, I guess, that you just have to end. But
New cycle that has to end.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I came out okay, I guess. Just a little fucked up in the head, but not too much.
Well, here's the thing: you and me, who's more fucked up? Let's start with that.
Probably you, to be honest,
But then my family's the best family ever. So what would push me to this point, right?
because well, okay, for one thing, I don't laugh to
Yeah.
myself randomly.
So how does that justify anything?
That doesn't sound crazy, dude.
Well, in my head, I have a reason why I laugh. So the fact that
Yeah.
you guys don't understand it, you guys are crazy. Okay? Perspective.
Okay, I'll tell you this. I think it was it the second day of working with you? You start laughing randomly, and at first I ignored it, right? Because it's like, oh, you probably think I'm something funny. And then after a while, I was like, okay, dude, I have to know. What is it that I'm laughing at? And it's like, oh, I just thought of a funny joke in my head. I was like, that all the time? You're like, yeah, I like
Yeah.
to talk to myself.
I'm a very interesting person. How dare you?
But it just makes you sound crazy because your laugh is exactly like Joker's laugh, and that freaks people out sometimes.
And if people have been listening to this podcast, you know that that's not true.
Because you haven't laughed in that way yet.
And
Have
maybe
you?
never will. I don't know. I hope not.
I don't think so. Well, okay. Anyways, going back to our topic.
Right.
Other regrets that I have. I think it's kind of weird to say, but probably listening to my mom too much.
Better or don't?
More like don't. No, it's not like it's not like if my mom was like, hey, go to your room, and I go, fuck you, mom. No, it's not like that. But it's more, but it's more like I wanted to do stuff. Like, oh, hey, mom, I want to go to Japan or something, right? And she'd be like, no, why are you going to Japan? You're wasting all your money, blah, 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 blah. Just stay home. And then if I were to stay home, she's like, oh, why are you staying home all the time? Why don't you do something with your life? So it's kind of like, you know what? I should have just done what I wanted to do, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I mean in that regard. Not so much a regret, but maybe just like an attitude change. Yeah, I don't regret, but I just kind of wish I reacted differently. Because my sister just did whatever she wanted anyways. And I think this is why, my sister and I, we don't tell our mom or dad anything. Because this is how they react to the news, right? So end up pulling our family a bit farther apart. Honestly,
Yeah.
For me, I don't want to be like this forever, even though I can't help it, because this is who I am now.
What do you mean, like this forever?
Like, okay, so my sister moved out, living with a boyfriend.
Already?
Yeah, but
And then?
she never really calls home and
Okay.
talk to us or family, right? Unless she
Mm-hmm.
wants something. And for me, I don't want that to be me. I know I always talk about, oh yeah, I'm gonna move out and blah 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 one day, right? But like, I would still like
Mm-hmm.
to think that maybe once in a while I'll just call home, be like, hey, anything new? Oh, just like hi bye kind of thing,
Okay.
right? There's like we talked about it with your family. Like that's what you did, right? You actively was it keep up with your family?
Yeah, I've tried to, yeah. Especially
Mm-hmm.
like lately. I've been calling them like nonstop, like every day.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with what just happened. But
Yeah,
I've been like calling them like nonstop. Like I was like surprised. It gets pretty tiring, but
it's nice, right? And I want to be able
yeah.
to do this with not just my family, but with my friends too, right? Like I was,
Friends are harder, I think.
that's harder for sure, because it's more like I don't know. Because when you hear stories about oh yeah, I called my friend the other day and we just talked for like 5 hours, just catching up and stuff. Like if I have to do it with my friends, they're kind of just like, ugh, that's too long of a conversation or da 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 da.
Yeah.
It's different with you because we had to do this podcast, so we end up talking for quite a bit, anyways. So it's more like forced to do it. What else? Any other regrets that I have? I want to say,
So, sorry, hold on. Hold on.
yeah,
So, because I was just thinking, right? Because you said that you want to be like stay in touch with your family and whatever, but you are right now,
yeah,
as in like because you're living together with them.
yeah, exactly. I'm living with
So,
my family. Yeah.
and so I mean, do you even still at least talk to them like because like even if you live together, sometimes don't talk to them because they're always there. You know.
We do talk. It's just that I don't have anything exciting to tell them. And even if I did, again, I wouldn't say anything.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Because what I'm saying is like right now, you're close by and you're feeling like that. What makes you think you'll make it any different if you're far away?
No, no, no. It's not that. It's like, okay, because Bosch and I were planning a trip to Japan last year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't tell them until I had to leave. I'd be like, hey, mom, dad, I'm going to Japan in like a couple of days. Drive me to the airport. Like that kind of thing. But then if I was like moved out, I'll be like, oh, hey, mom, dad, I'm going to Japan this week, kind of thing. Or I'm planning a trip to Japan, whatever, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's just stuff to talk about. I guess that's not really a big difference, but that's a little bit of a difference.
Yeah, yeah. Because the thing is like again, I can't say
It's weird. It's weird for sure.
no. It's like because I don't know how your family is knitted up, right?
Oh, not very well, I'll tell you that.
Because that's what it is. Like so far, I've been like I have one family and they're like the best. So
Yeah,
you know.
I want to know how that's like. Like if I was
Yeah,
to,
that's what I mean. Because what makes sense to me doesn't make sense to you. What I mean?
yeah, exactly. Okay, I'll tell you this right
Yeah.
now. If I was to
Uh-huh.
get a cup like that says "World Greatest Mom" or "World's Greatest Dad,"
Mhm.
I want to give it to them.
Yeah.
I want to even get
You'll
that
give it
cup.
to April. You give it to April.
Yeah, I'll give it. Yeah, I'll give it to
And
April or
Mark.
Mark. I wouldn't give it to my parents. No,
Nice.
I would just say, "Thanks, mom. Thanks, dad. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
A mom, a dad. Sure. World's greatest. Nope.
So much.
Nope." I was gonna say, oh yeah, and failed relationships. I wouldn't say that's a regret because that kind of shaped how, like, that's how you grow, kind of, right? So I want to say failed relationship is a too bad of a regret for both of us.
Well, I don't know about for both of us. In a sense, like for me, again, like the regret is not like I don't want it to end, or it's not like that. Like I'm glad it happened more than I'm sad it's done.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I could approach it better. Like I could, what do you call it?
Handle it better.
Handle it better. Yeah, it's
I
like,
guess so, but then that's the thing, right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like because of that experience, okay, this is how I should be like next time.
Mhm.
So it's not really a regret if you learn
Mhm.
something from it, I guess. I guess none of these are real regrets, just more like we want to reset or redo.
Well, for me, the so-called thing that what you call?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the thing that I learned, right? Is that what you said?
Was that? Yeah, you learned something, right?
Is yeah, but I mean the thing that I learned from that is just thing that scars. Just the thing that gives me nightmares.
Should we talk about it on the podcast then? You might as well, because you keep alluding to it. You might as well just say the story.
Well, no, because we were talking about you brought past relationship, right? And we're talking about like learning from stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the one that like shocked me the most was like that relationship, right? So that's why I keep get referenced.
You know what? You should say it, because I want everyone on the internet to know.
No,
that
I
I'm
don't.
right.
I don't want to
That I'm
talk
right.
about it.
Okay, your silence means that I'm right.
No, I'm not being silent right now, and I'm saying no, you're wrong. So,
Okay. So we're done with this stuff. Okay. Now let's kind of twist it a little bit. So instead of traveling in time, let's say it's a isekai reincarnation type of deal.
so as in like you got transferred, or do you get like reborn?
We'll say we're born.
And you want to know what kind of world we live in, kind of thing?
Yeah. What kind of ideal parallel universe world do you want to live in?
I want to live in a world where money isn't that big of a deal. So it's either like back like in the beginning of time kind of thing, or way up in the future that everybody just have infinite energy. You know what I mean?
Oh no, I don't mean like that. I mean like in the whole grand multiverse of things. Which universe or multi-world would you want to live in?
What do you mean by that?
Like you want to live in a Bleach world, a Dragon Ball world, like that kind of thing.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like I want a world where like the concept of money isn't that big yet, or like
okay.
none at all.
Okay.
So let's just say I would like want to born in a world where like everybody still do like shit like barter, or like or even like I don't know, like money isn't that big of an issue. That's like if it's not like back then, I want to go all the way to the future where we have like when we already like conquer a black hole. You know what I mean?
Okay.
We make our own Dyson sphere and then have infinite energy for everyone, so everyone can do whatever they want. You know what I mean?
Okay, let's talk about that then. So in a world where money doesn't matter, so how would you compensate people then?
Depend for like what if you want to talk about like the super future one, you just make it.
No,
You know what
I mean in the past.
There's
in the
abundance
past.
of goods.
Because in the future you can just do whatever, right? But in the past,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm talking about
In the past,
yeah.
it's easy. What do you want? You want food? Do you hunt for food?
Oh, I see. So you want...
Yeah, just you do, and you get what you do. Simple as that.
So you want to live like almost like a primitive world.
Well, that's the most basic out of it, right? Without like money, so to speak.
Okay, but what about people who can't hunt or people who can't make clothes, like injuries or disabled or whatever reason?
Well, learn something you can do.
So you just let them die?
No, like for example, if they can't hunt, well, I don't know, learn how to fish. If you can't do fish, then make a trap or whatever, right?
Okay, so let's say it this
There's
way.
always ingenuity.
What if they like can't they literally cannot move because they got their feet got trampled on by an elephant or something and they disabled?
What can they do? If they want to eat, they have to fucking eat, right? We'll figure it out.
I see.
Make your kid do it. Make your wife do it.
So basically, you're on
Matter.
your own. Peace out, motherfucker.
Pretty much, yeah.
Interesting.
Cause like the thing like like support and stuff like that only becomes available when you have excess, right? When you have excess of force or ability or capability, that's when you can help the fallen, right? But if you yourself are struggling to keep your daily times, you don't have time for that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we mentioned this in our previous episodes for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's kind of like global warming, right? You can't really focus on global warming when you're struggling to keep the energy at home.
Exactly, that's the thing, because that's what it is. Because unless there's an leeway to make extra, like to use the extra energy that we have, if we don't have any extra, then we can't do anything about it.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly as is. What about you? What kind of world do you want to be in?
Well, hold on. I have another question for you before I go into that.
Okay.
Which is, why no money? Like, do you not like the idea of currency?
Not just currency. The currency is fine because it's very convenient. when there's no monopoly of it.
So you want it to be more distributed evenly.
Not exactly evenly either. It's like, for example, like a certain amount of monopoly, like for example, like one certain figure or like several figure has an abundance of them is fine, but not to the point of where like what one own could feed like like 3 village. You know what I mean?
So okay.
That just doesn't make.
So let's just say you don't like the
Because
idea
that's a
that
huge amount of inflation.
I was
Hoggers. It's just like,
so I just throw a number
'cause-
out there, like maybe like 1% of the world owns like 90% of the population's wealth. You don't like that idea?
yeah, because if it doesn't go around, because one person is just like living, and then everybody's just like scraping, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Because if that was the case,
I get it.
assassination and bloodhound will like start happening,
I
right?
get it. I get it. Because like if you look at the richest people on the planet, and they're like worth like over billions of dollars, they're never gonna spend that much in their lifetime.
Well, that's the. I mean, the thing is like it's not just that. I mean, it's just like, how do I say this? Holy shit, the difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like these people bought an island because they got sick of wearing a mask. When another dude can't even afford like a single mask. Like come on. Really?
But they donate money though. They donate money for sure.
To who?
Bill Gates has his own charity foundation. He runs that now.
Yeah.
Right? He doesn't run Microsoft
Oh, yeah.
anymore. He collects paychecks on them, but he focuses on charity work.
Yeah, because well, I mean, as far as I know, Bill Gates is just this one noble soul, but
yeah. I know. There's one of like hundreds.
Yeah,
one of like millions.
one out of like
Yeah.
that's like 0.2% of the whole 1%. You know what I mean? So to speak. Kind of like that. That's just the one that makes me go like, why? There's so much that could go around. Why isn't it going around? Right?
I mean, I'm sure they have the reasons why.
Oh yeah, of course. There's always a reason because there's never enough. They always want more, and there's always more. If there's more, there's.
That makes me wonder,
just-
right? Like, if we were to ever get that much, would we want more? It's hard to say.
Because for me, honestly, I'm never again. I'm not the type of person who. Because I could tell you, even if I got that much money, I wouldn't have like 6 cars. I can tell you that. I probably have one just in case. Yeah, because why? Like I'd have like probably one house to house like my whole family. Like wow, a house with like 4 rooms and 1 basement sounds good. If I have excess for like I don't know, probably I'll pay for my electricity bill and internet, but that's it. Why would I need fucking several $billion more? Like I don't need it. Oh look, Alex is like poor right now. His house just got like fucking destroyed. Well, let's help him, right? Oh look, there's where people like because this is not just like I mean help the people close to you if you can. If everybody close to you is like more well off than the majority of the world pass it that way.
From
It's like enough is there's a line this thing called like enough.
yeah, it's hard to see that line sometimes. Once you cross it.
How so?
I mean,
How so?
if enough was enough, everyone would be more equally wealthy, right?
Well, that's the thing, right? Because there's this thing called like humans greed, right?
Well, yeah, that's what I mean.
Because they could always make stuff up to make it a necessity. Not really.
Otherwise, the living wage would be
There's-
higher, and the stuff wouldn't cost so much, right?
And people would be, would live a better life.
Like right now, you and I would probably be able to afford houses, but that's never gonna happen.
Uh, maybe.
Like
I don't know.
I feel like maybe not, maybe close to 10 or 13, maybe 15 years ago. Like if we were making the amount of money we are now, 15 years ago, we probably
they already have a house. And
we
shit.
probably could have bought a house.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That was only 15 years ago though. But now it's like forget about it, dude. Unless something happens in our city, like something big happens. I don't know. Like
Unless half of the population disappear, I don't think anything of the sort's gonna happen. Where's Thanos?
We just need
Thanos,
6 stones, baby. Okay.
half the population of the world disappeared. Suddenly, there's a lot of stuff to go around. You know what I mean?
Oh, I guess I kind of want to mention it now. Now that you brought it up, so you know how the Avengers, it took them 5 years before they're able to bring back everyone, right?
Right?
But in those 5 years, the economy has stabilized or changed to accommodate the half of the population,
Accommodate sounds bad, but okay.
or
Go on.
adjusted, right? Like families have moved on, jobs has been filled, homes have been sold or bought, stuff have been moved.
Mhm.
You know, people have died or moved on,
Mhm.
and then to bring those guys back, doesn't that fuck it all up?
Yeah, I'd say.
So, I mean, I get why they did it, but you have to look at the.
Because for me personally, I don't think I'm gonna unsnap it. You know what I'm saying?
How would you fix it though?
Fix what?
You want to fix it? You would just leave it as it is.
What's broken? That's the question, right? What's broken? If nothing's broken, what's there to fix?
Half the people are missing.
Not missing, dead.
Well, yeah, I guess at that time we thought they were dead.
If they're missing, you won't move on, right? Because there's a chance for them to come back.
But say if your family got snapped away and you knew that you can bring them back, would you not want to bring them back?
Or depending on my situation too, really.
If it was just you by yourself and all your other family got snapped away.
Would I snap them back? Probably not. I'd probably kill Thanos for because pure rage. But I don't think I'm gonna snap them back. No.
Interesting. I think it would be okay if you're able to do it within the first year.
Why are you setting parameter? It's a yes or a no. So would you or not? That's the question, right?
Depends on how long it takes. After 5 years, it's not a viable option, I think.
Why not?
But if you do it within the first year, sure. Not much has changed since then, right?
Well,
But 5 years is a long time.
well. So after 5 years, he's like, oh, you know what? Fuck it, they're dead. Just that. Just doesn't matter. That's what I'm saying. Like
I probably fight Thanos for sure, but like
what I'm saying is that there's only two options: yes or no. Would you snap it back or no? Yes or no?
I probably would.
You would, eh?
If it's gonna do yes or no, then I probably would.
Let me see.
You would too, right? Yes or no, you would.
No, I probably won't.
Okay. Interesting.
I probably won't. Yeah.
Would you try to stop like a Stark from building the gauntlet, or you just be like, oh, you do whatever?
And I'm saying, you do whatever you do. If you manage to snap it back, okay. But if it's up to me, I wouldn't snap it back.
Interesting. Okay. If there's parameters, then I would say
Yeah, there's no parameters.
yeah. But if there's no parameters, then probably yes.
Yeah, so, well, okay, let's just say this, okay? So somebody decided to snap you back. Okay, you disappeared, and you got snapped back. What would you do? Because technically you lost your job, you lost your family, you maybe lost your house.
I wouldn't know what to do. I really don't know what to do. I would be like, what the fuck? Right? Like, I lost everything.
Yeah, that's
Wait,
what I mean. So
Wait.
would you...
So, is my family still around, or they got snapped too?
I don't know, right? You don't know that.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, okay. So, we're just going with the unknown, right? Like,
Yeah, so you'll come back. Maybe your family's been there, maybe your family's not been there. You don't know. So...
that's what happened in WandaVision. Kind of spoilers, not spoilers. Everyone's seen it by now, but basically, one of the
Wonder
characters... WandaVision.
What is that?
It's a Marvel TV show. A continuation, basically. So what happened was... So they kind of showed the characters after they got snapped, they're coming back, right?
Yeah. Oh.
After Endgame. So you see all these people are like running around frantic. They don't know what to do. And it's revealed that one of the main characters who got snapped back, while she was gone, her mom died of cancer.
Well, shit.
Yeah.
And that's shitty.
Yeah, so it kind of makes me wonder, like, if I were to be snapped, in those 5 years, anything can happen. Like,
Yeah, of course. Forget 5 years. It could happen in like a week.
So it makes me like. I think it would be even worse if I had kids, and
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
yeah, if I was married with kids, and I got snapped, the wife would probably moved on. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? And your kids probably grew up too.
Yeah.
You probably like would have hard time telling them because they grown up.
Yeah.
5 years, dude.
I lost 5 years.
Yeah.
And yeah, the wife probably moved on and fucking another dude. And there's nothing I can do about it. I can't be like, oh, that also reminds me of the Tom Hanks.
That's all. I'll ask you one more time. Would you unsnap them?
I would.
Yeah, I know you would.
Because it reminds me of Tom Hanks. Remember when Tom Hanks on Castaway?
I don't think I've watched it.
He got lost out in sea, and then when he came back, his wife has moved on. Like, she got remarried. Because they all thought he died. So that kind of makes me think, like, oh, that's what's going to happen. That's probably what did happen. It sucks. And Marvel's not going to address it. I'm for sure, 100% sure Marvel's not going to touch this.
Because that just made Tony Stark a big asshole, right?
He is, though. Everything that's happened in the Avengers or the movies, all because of him.
What do you mean because of him?
Ultron, him.
Yeah.
What else is it? Avengers 1. No, was it Avengers 1? What happened in Avengers 1? No, that's kind of like Thor.
I don't know. You tell me.
So Avengers 2, that was definitely Tony. Civil War, that was Tony. Mm-hmm. Avengers Infinity War, they split up and they all have to fight different stuff. That's Tony.
Mm-hmm.
Endgame, that's definitely Tony, bringing everyone back and fucking up the world. Right? Like, Tony is at the heart of it all.
He's the main character.
I mean, it makes sense. They want to focus on him because he's the one who started the whole thing.
What do you mean by started the whole thing?
Because his Iron Man movie was the first one.
Oh, really?
Because that movie did successfully, they're able to make more Marvel movies, which is now. Because at that time, they're just like, okay, we're just going to do Iron Man 1, and if that does well, we're going to make another one, and then do another one, and another one, and then eventually they're able to come up with a plan after that.
I see.
Yeah. So now it's gone to the point where Marvel can make a story about talking shit, and people will still go to watch it.
Right.
I know I would. I mean, like, what? It's Marvel.
I was like, I know you did.
Yep.
I see.
We got like completely off topic there, talking about Marvel.
But that's what it is, right? It was the snapping and the what's that.
Yeah.
So now the question is, what kind of world would you go to?
Honestly, if I was to be like sent in a parallel world kind of type of deal, I don't know if I would change anything. I think our world is fine the way it is. I know people would expect like, oh yeah, I want to live in like a mythical world with fantasy magics, or live in a science fiction world with lightsabers and all that.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, that'd be cool and all, but like honestly speaking, if I was to go into those kinds of worlds, I'd be like a civilian. That's how bad my luck is. I feel like I would be a civilian in those worlds.
So you're gonna give up as a civilian? Civilian could do some cool shit too, right?
Yeah, but that's like saying like if I was reincarnated in a Dragon Ball world, I see Goku and Frieza fighting. I'm just like a level 2 farmer just watching them going, what the fuck's happening? I just hear all these sonic booms everywhere.
Yeah, and at least that's more interesting than fucking watching this fucking people sleeping on their jobs and shit like that. Like,
yeah, but you have to think of it this way, okay? If you're living in an anime world, you have to be concerned with every week your world's gonna blow up.
So?
You don't care about that.
Because the thing is, like, you'll know that I'll be fine because the main character's gonna do something about it. Right?
I guess. You know what? I wouldn't mind being a villain, like a Dracula kind of thing.
You wish you are.
Well, not really so much a villain, but like maybe like a guy with superpowers like Dracula or anime abilities. I don't know.
Yeah.
It'd be nice, but I wouldn't like wish for it kind of thing. Like it'd be nice to have them, but I think the world that we live in is fine the way it is. I know, barring all like political and
Well, that was
corruption and all that.
the one that makes it the bigger problem, right?
Yeah.
That's why I got sick of it, right? That's why I want another world, right? That's the
You're
kind
like,
of shit.
I'm sick of you fuckers. Peace. I'm going to Bleach.
Yep. I'm gonna start writing poem when I restart of my manga.
Shit. What else I was gonna say? Okay, let's talk about.
What about the future, though?
Yeah, going far into the future. How far into the future you want to go?
I want to go exactly like I said before, right?
Mm-hmm.
When we make our own Dyson sphere, when people have
Oh.
infinite energy and they can do whatever the fuck they want.
So does that mean you're living in spaceships, or you think that we're still gonna be on Earth, or?
I don't mind being in Earth as I get part of that energy. You know what I'm saying?
Well, once you're able to harness infinite energy, there's really nothing
Yeah.
you can't do, right?
That's what I'm saying, right? So I don't care.
Wouldn't that make the world a bit boring though? Like you really don't have to focus on anything anymore.
Yeah, that means you can do whatever the fuck you want. Everything you can do.
Is it worth it?
Worth what? There's nothing to lose. That's number one. Got nothing to lose. Doesn't matter what kind of fuck up you did. There's infinite energy to fix it. Doesn't matter what you want to do. There's infinite energy to make it happen. Doesn't matter what kind of dream you have. There's nothing to lose. There's everything to explore. There's yourself to explore. Like, forget about the universe. Like, maybe somebody else do it and you don't want to do it. Whatever. Fuck it. But you have yourself that you can explore. You can know yourself as a person. You know what I mean? And that's an interesting thing that people tend to forget.
It is, but I don't know. I just have this uneasy feeling about it for some reason.
Oh,
I don't know. I can't explain it, but it's just like, it makes me feel weird about it.
What
I don't
is
know why.
the fact that there's no end goal kind of thing?
Yeah, like infinite energy. I don't know. It's something. It's something makes me feel uneasy about it. I don't know why.
Like what kind of like? Is it like the fact that it just doesn't feel real, or just feel like something? It's too dangerous, or it's just
maybe
what is it?
Maybe a little bit of both of those. Like I feel like someone's gonna abuse it. It's dangerous.
If someone's gonna abuse it, everybody's gonna abuse it.
Oh yeah.
Everybody has the same infinite energy, dude.
I wonder. Yeah, that's what. Like maybe that's why because I'm sure the universe would blow up if people are gonna abuse it, and I'm sure.
Well, that's the thing. Like, and of course they will. But the thing's like, why? What would you abuse it for? Whatever you want, you can have it without bothering other people.
Because people are fucked up in the head. You know that. All people are fucked up in the head.
Oh yeah, I know. So, like, who the hell do you think you're talking to right now?
Yeah, I forgot I'm talking to Joker right now.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, imagine you could play a D&D on a fucking this room that you just see your character move around as you see fit. That's like the dream.
That's
Everything
VR,
is possible.
VR D&D.
Well, that's just one part of it. Like, if you want to do something about science and make like a fucking, I don't know, you can do whatever you want.
Okay.
Everything. You know what I mean?
Okay. Let me ask you this then.
Yeah.
Would you want to go super far into the past to see the beginning of time, or would you want to go super far into the future and see how the world
see
ends?
the end of the world.
You want to see the end of the world, eh?
Yeah, that was like my dream since I was a kid. I want to see the end of the world. Like, somebody asked me, like, so what's your dream? Like, what do you want to see in the future? I want to see the end of the world. I said that, and then everybody just went, shut. I'm like, oh, okay. I will never say that again in front of the teacher ever again. That was my, yeah. That's also one of my regrets, actually. Shouldn't have ever said that.
Why?
Yeah, because like everybody, like my tutor, my teacher, everybody just like, whoa, what the hell? Kind of that on me. I'm like, oh, yo, dude.
Well,
It's a
I
kid's
think
dream.
everyone
Leave me
has a
alone.
different idea of end of the world versus what we think the end of the world is going to be like.
What do you think it's like? So
Because-
let me ask you one thing. Do you think the universe will end first, or humanity will end first?
Humanity.
Humanity will end first?
I think so.
Nice.
But but the way, okay, so here's what I think. When you tell people, oh yeah, I want to see the end of the world, people are thinking like nuclear explosions, apocalypse, the four horsemen, right?
Uh-huh.
But when
For
we say
dead horse.
yeah, the four horsemen of apocalypse taking over
Yeah.
the world. But when we say end of the world, we're thinking of like the sun blowing up and destroying everything. That's what we think of when we say end of the world.
Yeah, for me, like when I say the end of the world, is like I want to see like a space just tear open, and like liquidify everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, or like we get sucked into a black hole and
Yeah, and just everybody gets spaghettified, and then
yeah, yeah, and we get stretched
it's
out
just
like no
fun time.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what we say. But I'm pretty sure they're thinking like, "Oh my God, this guy's crazy. He wants to see hell on earth and blah blah blah." No, no, we'll
No,
probably
we
be
don't. We
long
don't. We're
gone.
not talking about like small stuff like that. Like who
Yeah, yeah.
cares what happened to Earth? Like, we don't care about that. That's why, like, instead of over the big stretch, the big stretch, I want
Yeah.
to see the big crunch.
Oh, so you want to see everything gets smushed?
Yeah, smushed to like one singularity. Because the big stretch is just boring, right? Just suddenly all lights goes off and your body just split to pieces, right?
Yeah.
It's just that, like instantly too, because just space expanded so far that light couldn't keep up, right?
Is the crunch instantaneous?
No,
So,
but that's the thing, right? But it'll come back accelerating.
oh, I see. So, oh,
So it'll expand and slow down to a stop.
yeah.
It pulls back slow and then go faster and faster and faster and faster.
Oh, okay. I
And
see.
then reverse Big Bang.
I see.
Yeah,
So,
that sounds so much fun.
so that means in another way, if there's another Big Bang were to happen, then it's just pretty much a reset on the universe.
Reset, yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Because either way, we're gonna be dead.
That's my theory anyway. Yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna be dead, way dead before that even happens.
way before. Yeah.
Yeah. Would you want to upload? I think I asked you this.
Yeah.
Would you want?
No, I don't.
Yeah. Well, would you upload your mind to the robot
No.
so you can see what's gonna happen and then turn off the switch? No.
No.
Not even bother.
No. I wouldn't believe it.
What do you mean? Wouldn't believe it?
Like I wouldn't believe it. Like if I see it like through like this say, I uploaded my head to a virtual things and then might as well just like watch a movie, right? You don't know if that's real or not.
I see.
Yeah. If I could feel the heat with my skin, if I could feel the tear of the world, like the vibration, my atoms leaving my body one by one, they'll be like,
But
fucking horrifying.
so you would. What if you like 100% like upload your mind into a robot, like, and you are aware that it's a robot body? It's not like a
No.
synthezoid or whatever.
No, it's boring. Robot's body is boring.
Interesting. Okay.
Because it doesn't grow, it doesn't hurt, it doesn't grow. That's what it is.
Interesting. Interesting.
There is no, how do I say this? There is no growth in the sense that failure doesn't make it stronger. Physically, at least.
I mean, you can just always upgrade your parts.
Yeah, then there's no point. That's why, even if you do that, if you fail, it doesn't make you stronger. You know what I mean? Because you could just make yourself super strong to begin with anyway.
Yeah. I mean, software update, dude. That's what it is.
Software update is my mind. Why would you update my mind?
I don't know. Install some.
I
new
won't be
Wi-Fi.
myself anymore.
For me, I would want to live far enough into the future where I can like live in a Star Wars-y type world. I think that'd be enough for me, just to see lightsabers, blaster guns, bounty hunters, Jabba the Hutt.
Do you want to live in the world like that?
I want to see it. I wouldn't want to live in it,
Why not?
unless it depends on the world, I guess. I wouldn't want to live in like on a desert island or a desert land.
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't want to live in like a water world, right?
Water world?
Yeah.
Water world sounds fun.
I mean, like where everything's underwater and you have to have like
Yeah, I know.
gills, like Atlantis almost.
Yeah, that seems fun.
But you want to
I wanna
survive.
see what's under.
How would you survive there?
Why not? What do you mean?
You don't have gills.
Oh, that's what you meant. I thought like you're going to be like, be born like, well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, if that's the case, then that means we'll have like a diving suit or like a robot thing, right? Where you could just like scour around the world as like underwater as fast as you want, kind of stuff.
Maybe.
That sounds ideal too.
I have a feeling though, like
Yeah.
before we even get to that time, Earth will be humanity will be wiped out before we even get to that level.
Well, I think easily. Humans are not very good at keeping itself alive.
Yeah. Kind of dark this fucking podcast episode, eh?
Well,
Let's talk about something happy. This whole episode seems kind of depressing.
Well, the thing is, like, you start talking about, like, time travel and going back to the past. That's how we talk about regrets, right?
Yeah.
And you don't think regrets is dark? Regrets is dark as fuck. And then, okay, let's just say this life sucks enough and you got a chance to live, to be born in another world. What kind of world do you want to live in? The world that's not like this at all. Oh, yeah, that's totally fucking amazing. Well, what about the future? What kind of world do you want? The world where the whole humanity disappear. Of course. What makes you think that's gonna be a bright ass
Okay, you know what? Fuck you. I'm gonna live in a world where we can make money by playing card games, aka Yu-Gi-Oh. Shit, I was gonna say. Oh, I had this crazy idea. Like, if we had if somehow we were able to make a time machine, I was gonna do a thing where I would go back in the past, record certain historical events, and upload it onto YouTube, and no one would know if it's real or fake, because there's no way that.
Oh yeah, no, I know what you mean. So it's their future, right?
Yeah.
So it's their future, but your past, and then we bring it to the past. So
Yes. So like people will be watching this on YouTube, like, oh shit, like all these graphics and everything looks so cool. I wonder how much they spent on CGI. But I was thinking like recording dinosaurs when the meteor struck, the library at Alexandria before and after it gets burned, recording footage of Atlantis if it exists, so to speak. I don't know, some other cool stuff in the past, and then people wouldn't know if it's real or not. And then if they question me, I'd be like, well, it's just CGI. I just have a really good CGI team. Because they have no way to prove it if it's real.
they have to spend like billion of dollar. Well, I mean, dude, look at this. You know the Jamiroquai virtual insanity?
No.
I'll send you the video later, but people still don't know how that video is being made until they do a reveal. Yeah,
Oh, okay. I'll have to watch. I'll check it out.
and it's a good song too. So
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about this stuff.
yeah,
Yeah. Anything else you'd like to add?
yeah, we're right now making. I just made my character in D&D, so we'll see where that's gonna go.
Probably nowhere, to be honest.
Yay!
I mean, okay, I'll be real. We've been talking about doing a podcast, recording gameplay, streaming on Twitch, uploading stuff on YouTube for like how many months before we actually got up and did it?
Can I be very honest with you?
I know. The podcast is my fault, for sure, yeah.
What do you mean your fault?
Because I kept trying to delay it, right?
Well, no, because no, that wasn't what I was trying to point out.
Oh, okay.
For podcast, I'm not very into it, as you can tell. I don't know, I don't know, but this one, I am super hyped. So
It just depends on the topic.
that's why, as you were saying, right? Like right now, you're saying like, oh, made character. Oh, you gotta do, you make an account in Roll20 already? I'm like, duh.
I think because
Shit.
I guess we can talk about it in our next episode, but like I feel like I already told you, right? Like you're a very immersive player.
Person.
Yeah, player. So if you were role playing a character, you would have fun with it, right?
I see.
And I don't know how you would do. Actually, no, I don't think you'd be a very good DM. The only reason why I say this is because you take forever to come up with stories. Because you would want to make your own stories, and then you would take forever to complete it.
Oh, as in like my own scenario.
Yeah. Like you haven't even finished writing your novels, right?
Oh, dude, that thing's not gonna end for another decades.
Right? And then you're gonna be like, oh, I'll just use that idea for my D&D campaign, and then you'll never see it ever again. So that's what I mean. I'm not saying you'll be a bad DM.
Yeah.
I'm just saying you're bad in that sense that it's gonna take you forever to finish a campaign.
I'm bad in a sense that I shouldn't write my own scenario. If I play other people's scenario, it's fine, right?
I guess so. Yeah, I should be okay. But like eventually, we'll all want to make our own campaigns and stuff, right? Because it's just.
Oh no. And then we sell them for cheap, like 2 cents.
I don't know if people sell them. I think people just put it online for free.
Put down. I see.
Yeah. Well, but that's if we get good enough to be that way. I mean, that level. I mean,
Eventually, like.
maybe depends on, because the thing about D&D is the consistency, and by that I mean like how often are we gonna get together and play with people?
We're gonna be online, so we're always connected online.
I mean, yeah, you and I for sure. Yeah, you and I for sure. But then like the other people that we invited.
I want to do just 2 of us. You'll do DM and player. Well, I'll do player too.
Yeah, we could do that. I actually have another friend who kind of wants to play with us.
Wonderful. Then we could do the first training session.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Finish it in 7 months and then do the whole actual thing.
Yeah. As when we get more familiar with it, it'll be cool.
Yeah, it'll be faster probably.
Yeah. Okay. What's it? Do the outro, Bosch.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Fuchaski, but that's the Savage stuff on Vavriv.
Fuck, is that Indonesian?
No, I just stutter and then I keep rolling on.
Oh, that's Boschka's Elven character's language. Okay, and this is Alex.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Boschka.
This is Alex.
Thank you for listening. This is Fool's Odyssey podcast episode 23. We'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.